This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
All right, Ira, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good. I am not driving, just so people know, but I am in an Uber on the way to the Orlando airport, and did not expect to be up this early, and did not expect to be writing what I wrote today, Big O.
Yeah, no, I would imagine, my brother. It's something that I'm sure nobody saw coming, but we kind of knew that it was somewhere in the distance. So I was explaining to folks that it'll be great whenever they void the contract and get out of it. But in the end, it's not like the Heat is loaded and they went out and said, "Oh, we got space. Let's go add Brian Grant and Eddie Jones to our bench." You remember that? Like,
Yes.
you know, it's not like the Panthers are loaded and somebody got injured and, well, oh, let's go get Marshawn and Jones. You know, it's going to be nice when you get the $26 million off the books, but it's really, I don't think it's going to make a huge difference in this current season.
First of all, Big O, you are a horrible person, innocent until proven guilty. And I got to tell you right now, this is the most circumstantial of evidence cases brought by a FBI director clearly looking to make a statement. I don't know how much or if any of the FBI, rather Department of Justice media session you saw. Terry Rozier. Matter of fact, I'm going to go out on a limb. I know he's going to be in federal court here in Orlando later today. This was a guy who simply told an acquaintance he had an injury and wasn't going to be available to play. Let's follow the money trail. About $237,000 was made by the gambler. According to The Athletic, I believe, there was a $100,000 kickback to the person who gave the information, who was told by Terry that he probably wouldn't play much that day. So let's say Terry got a percentage of that $100,000. Let's say he got half of it. Are you telling me, in anyone's right mind, a player earning $20 million plus for $50,000 is going to risk a career? Look, what he did was stupid. Should a player tell someone, I might not be playing today, I might have an injury, I'm nursing it, I don't think I'm going to be able to do much? No, that's insider information. We saw the whole dog and pony show today, and that's what they said at the press conference, you know, that this is NBA insider trading. This gets kind of closer to NBA. I hate to be this abject with its stupidity. Is Terry Rozier... I'm sorry.
People do stupid things, okay? Sure. I mean, you know, the owner of the Patriots thought that it was a good idea to go to an Asian day spa.
Who doesn't like a day spa?
Okay, but usually when we go, we're not going for that kind of an ending. You know what I'm saying? So that people do stupid things. Hey, Chauncey Billups' case right now, if he's holding some
no, that's
really
crazy. And this is what bothers me. And by the way, Big O, I have a lady Uber driver here, so let's keep the comments above board a little. She is laughing right now. This is what bothered me today.
The idea to entertain and have some fun with this, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I totally get it. She's smiling. This is the whole deal. They try to roll two completely separate cases, including the Chauncey Billups poker case in there. If you watch the press conference, what happened in the poker game case was they literally had an electronic table where they x-rayed the cards that were upside down to see the hands that people held so they could bilk them out of money. That's a criminal enterprise. I can't tell you how many times during the press conference they mentioned the words La Cosa Nostra. They love that. Everyone loves that. I almost expected De Niro to be up on the podium. I get all that. Terry's a completely different case of knuckleheads giving information about when they might or might not play, and it gets wound into that. But I know where you're going with this, and that's fine because you do a sports show, you do it well. We enjoy our accurate Pembroke Pines reports. But I will say this, salary cap relief is probably a long shot for this reason. The NBA is not going to void Terry Rozier's contract until he's proven guilty in a court of law. You know how these cases go. The Jonte Porter case is 2 years running. Here's the other part of it. Let's say the Heat say, hey, NBA, we know how this is going. Give us the relief now. We'll deal with it later. Let's say they bring in two components to at least help them. Last night, you could have made a case. One more rebounding big man, whether it's Precious Achiuwa, whether it's Alex Len, might have helped them in the finish against Orlando. You certainly could have made the case one more three-point shooter in the second half, like an Alec Burks would have helped. But if the Heat go ahead and get temporary relief to add those players, and Terry is found not guilty, and his money is put back on the books, boom, they're in the luxury tax. And like you and I said on our first telephonic in a Heat NBA report earlier this week. This is not a very good team right now. And for this team to be in the luxury tax would be a crime.
Those guys would be progress stoppers to the young guys. That's not
Good
what
point.
this is about.
Yes, I agree.
Please give the young guys time. We have to go through this. I'm sorry. You have to go through the pain. You got to find out what you have. That's why I was saying to people, whether this money gets taken off the books or not, it really is not going to make a difference to this team this year right now.
Correct.
And
correct. They are not good enough. It'll help with the tax. It'll help if they want to add 2 young prospects. Maybe a couple of guys from camp. Maybe move one of the two-way guys onto a standard deal like Jameer Young. That might be the play as well. But you got to say, this whole situation, we woke up to this. It was reported everywhere. The FBI issued their statement. They made their grandstanding press conference. It really is kind of bananas that it came to this for this reason, Big O. Adam Silver always sits up there as the picture of integrity, even while his league makes millions off of gambling. The NBA said in its investigation, that was the report this summer in Summer League, that the investigation was over in the NBA's eyes. So what you really got to say to yourself is, what the heck kind of investigation did the NBA have? What kind of investigation did the FBI have? Why are they so divergent in their findings? Becomes awfully curious right here now. And I think there's a bigger picture. And I love talking gambling with you. And I know your listeners on the Acura Pembroke Pines report love that also. But you make your bed with gambling. You have all these proposition bets and over-unders on two-way players, whether they're going to get 2 or more baskets a game. You're opening yourself up for this. And here's the deal. The NBA, with all of its Saudi money now, and it's money in the overseas markets, it's all about money. So if you're asking Adam Silver, are you willing to deal with a crisis like this if it means you still can make money? I think he would still do it 9 times out of 10. It's embarrassing to the league, but you know what? Watch the games tomorrow. See if DraftKings isn't on their court painted on some of the teams. See if all the commercials aren't about the live betting odds. This is the bed the NBA and all sports have made. So for them to be pretend aghast right now is ridiculous. You know that this leads to something.
Hey, come on, man. I'll get a little political also with you. The NBA's in bed with China, and we're in the middle of a trade war, and we know what happens and how they create their products over there. And the NBA is fine with dealing with everything in China because they love the China money. So, you know what I mean?
You know what, Big O, and with your hard right-wing Fox News bent, I'm going to come back at you with this. The NBA also has been at the forefront of Black Lives Matter and other cases.
Yes.
Don't you think the Trump administration and Kash Patel took that into account also? In other words, with Roger Goodell's, even though with Bad Bunny at the Super Bowl, with his right-leaning sports league, would it have come out into this utter grandstanding show? And I will say this, Big O, for any of your listeners who were too involved in the Big O radio program this morning and didn't see the Department of Justice press conference, please go and take a look back at it. You're talking about human lives that can be changed. And for them to go, for Terry Rozier, the game is over. And I wouldn't bet against this investigation. So wait, is this a laughing political matter or is this a true criminal enterprise? It was not handled like it was the ultimate investigation.
Look at who we're talking about, Crazy Eyes Patel. I mean, we don't even send people to El Salvador that are actually criminals. We send like hairdressers over there and stuff. I mean, it's not like these people ever get it right. You know what I'm saying? We got the Colombian president complaining that they actually shot out a fisherman. So yeah, these people screw up a ton. So I'm with you. Maybe they screwed up in this investigation. I have no idea.
It just seemed like a lot of political.
The whole system is dirty, but it's funny that the NBA would integrity when they sleep with China on everything, and that's just whatever. It is what it is. There is no integrity there by the players, the league, whatever it is. Money. That's it. That's all. That's what drives anything and everything on every side of the world. It doesn't matter what political side, what business side, what sports side. They're all. Damon Jones is chasing money. Chauncey Billups is chasing money. We don't know if Terry Rozier was chasing money, but
I find it hard to believe he was.
Yeah.
You know what? You know what, Big O? He was driving 80 in the federal investigation 65-mile-an-hour zone. Did he do something wrong? Yes. Does he deserve the perp walk out of the Heats Hotel at 6 in the morning today? Does he deserve to be brought in front of federal court this afternoon later here in Orlando? That's the thing is the punishment fitting the crime, or is he being made an example? Look, I will tell you this. Terry Rozier is a very nice person who has had class through his shooting struggles last year, who has stood by the team. This is not what Jimmy Butler pulled last year. This is a guy who went through tough times and stood by his teammates. There's a difference here. He is good people. I will go as far as saying that. He's not part of some La Cosa Nostra spectacle or enterprise or anything like that. You know, he's not sitting down there next to James Gandolfini trying to figure out how they can make a little more money in a poker game. But again, the way things are cast and the way they're portrayed are the way they're taking. I think that was unfortunate. If something was wrong here, done on Terry Rozier's part, maybe yes, maybe no. I don't think the publicity of the moment fits the action.
Right. And in the end, so we go to the sports extreme for folks out there, the freedom of the money and the cap space, because this is an expiring contract this year, it's really not going to be much of a difference.
You know what? But it could be, because you have a Jimmy Butler trade exception, because you will have a chance at the trade deadline, if it's solved by then, by February 5th, February 6th, and the Heat know for sure the money's off the books, and there is a whale out there. All of a sudden, they're the team who could take in an extra $20 million when another team might not be able to. So it could come into play. Yes, from a sports standpoint, this could have a discernible impact on the Miami Heat roster. I'll be writing about that in the Sun Sentinel. I think that could be the case. So yes, there is a sports element to this, but man, you just hate to see it come about in a way like that. You know what happened with Anthony Carter. They forgot to guarantee his contract year. All of a sudden, you're out there, you're signing Elton Brand, you're signing Lamar Odom, you're trading Lamar Odom for Shaq. A franchise is changed. We see things like this happen quite frequently in sports. This could be another one of those moments, you know, manna from heaven, maybe, however you want to phrase it. But yeah, an unusual situation. I would say this. The Terry Rozier salary could have an impact on how the Heat looks, maybe in a week or a month, maybe by the February trading deadline, maybe by the end of the season and going into the off season. Because if you have money to play with, Pat Riley likes him some money to play with.
All right, there you go. Follow him on Twitter at Ira Heatbeat, and get ready for that Memphis Grizzly game tomorrow. Safe in your travels, my brother. Thank you for taking some time. We appreciate it.
Always a pleasure. You can bet on that. Thanks, Big O.
You got it. There you go. The great Ira Winderman addressing the Terry Rozier situation here. And don't forget Acura Pembroke Pines. They've got the Happy New Model Year sale going on right now, and the TLX, which is a sharp-looking car, 2025 model, $389 a month, 4.9% financing for 60 months at 15601 Pines Boulevard, just off of I-75 in Pines. Finest dealership in the business, baby. It is Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines.